I'm happy to introduce you to Johannes Brodführer, the CEO and founder of a company named Eliso, caring about charging infrastructure. So Johannes, it's good to see you in person again, and we're happy to hear your presentation about your company.
Thank you very much, Wolfgang. Yeah, my name is Johannes. I'm a founder and CEO of Eliso. I'm in electric mobility for quite a while. So I started 2008, and I've been in different fields like battery technology, power electronics, and charging infrastructure, and with different companies like Siemens, Volkswagen, and BMW. In 2016, I started my own business. I decided it's time to start a charging business. So I started Eliso in 2016. Eliso is a full service provider, a charge point operator. So we do the planning, the installation, and the operation, the daily operation of charging stations. When we talk about charging stations, I think it's important to understand that the charging station is a very important part of electric mobility. If there is no charging station, there won't be electric cars. And the number of charging stations is growing fast, and this is good. And also, major OEMs announced many electric or plug-in hybrid models for the coming months, and this is also a good sign. And I think both parties need to keep up speed that there will be a lot of charging stations and electric cars in the near future. So when we talk about charging stations, there's usually a question like, what should we do first? Is it more important to have AC chargers or DC chargers? And I think this is a very important question, but there's no right or wrong. So both is right. We need probably both more AC charging stations and more DC charging stations. To do that, I did a survey on LinkedIn, and I asked some people to participate. In the end, I had 400 participants, and I was asking, what should we focus on? Should we focus on low AC charging points with up to 22 kilowatts, and we can do a lot of them? Or should we focus on 50 kilowatt DC charging, where we can do a few or some? Or should we focus on high power charging, and we can only do a few? And the surprising result was it's even. So there was no really a focus, and 400 industry experts did not have a common opinion, like this should be the one thing that we focus on. So we got 35% on AC, 30% on DC 50 kilowatt, and 35% on high power charging, which surprised me. I personally think that on the DC side, on the high power charging, we already are making very good progress. So I think I would focus on the AC side. When we talk about charging power, I think the time that a car is parked should determine the charging power. So if the electric car is parked for, let's say, 6 hours, I would recommend an AC charging point with 11 kilowatt. If the car is parked for, let's say, 30 to 60 minutes, I would recommend a DC charging station with a 50 kilowatt. And if the car is parked for less than 30 minutes, for example, on a highway, I would go for high power charging up to 300 kilowatt. So that is my personal opinion when you think about putting up charging stations or charging points. So what is cosmix, and how does cosmix relate to charge points? Cosmix is Europe's biggest platform for charging hardware. We established it. It's online since 4 weeks, and we've been working on it the last year. Only because there are so many manufacturers on the market that offer hardware products, and every month there's a new market player coming up and offering a new product. And we as Eliso, we act hardware independent. So we don't have one single supplier. We have a portfolio of hardware that we use for each use case. And that's why we had to manage a portfolio of suppliers. And probably as many others, we started with the Excel sheet, and we put all the data in the Excel sheet, but it soon got bigger and bigger, and it was kind of difficult to keep it up to date. And since there are many suppliers, but these suppliers have different products, and these products have different models, and these models, they have different options. So even if you think you have like one AC wall box that is your favorite, there are many, many varieties. So we decided to put it online, make a platform, and we call it cosmix. Cosmix is Europe's biggest platform. Right now we have over 700 products online and available. you can easily compare these products, because you can save time instead of typing in Google and searching for products and downloading product sheets and trying to compare the arguments. You can go on Cosmix and you can filter those products. We have 140 technical criteria that you can just click on, and then you can, for example, you can say, I want to see all the wall boxes that have two 22 kilowatt charging points and have a display and a certain kind of RFID communication. So you just click on those arguments and the platform will show you all the products that fulfill your requirements. So comparing and finding charging infrastructure is much more easier on Cosmix. Also, we believe that more than 700 models is more than any Excel sheet. So just the amount of products is just much bigger, and it's growing every week. So since we are online, we already onboarded 2 new manufacturers, and we are in close contact to those manufacturers. So anytime a new product is on the market, or a product is changing, or some specification on a product is changing, we will update it on Cosmix, so you will always have the latest and the newest data on charging hardware. And this is important for all the people that are working with charging hardware. We are online since 4 weeks, I mentioned it. We've got very strong interest. We have already a lot of users, and we've been in a workshop with the major OEMs that are always telling us that this has been missing. There has not been one single source for charging hardware so far, and now there is this platform, Cosmix, where you can find all the manufacturer, all the products, and you can save a lot of time. You save a lot of time searching and comparing those products. This platform is also not only for us. We made it to have a stage for all the manufacturers to present their products to customers like us, because we believe that it will not get less, it will get more and more. So every quarter, every half year, there will be a lot of new products on the market. So it will get more and more complicated to manage all the products that you are working with. So why would you save and manage an Excel file and store it on your local computer if there is a single source that is always available online and it is always updated? So in our sense, that doesn't make sense. That's why we actually did it for ourselves, and we got so much request that we published it, and now it's available for everybody. So if you're interested, we have a free online seminar on April 22nd. And if you want to join us and see that here you have on this slide, you have a picture of the platform itself. And on the left-hand side, you can see all the criteria. And on the right-hand side, you see the products with pictures and all the specifications. As I said, on April 22nd, we have a free online seminar, and we will present Cosmix and the advantages. So join us, follow us on LinkedIn to stay up to date, and don't search for hardware, find it on Cosmix.
So, I actually noted the date, 22nd.
Very good.
Very interesting for our team as well. Thank you very much, Johannes. It was Johannes Brodführer, CEO and founder of eliso. We will talk again in a few minutes in the panel discussion. So thank you much for presenting eliso.